Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a head bonnet. So if this is what you are interested in, let's get straight to the video. So the first thing is we need material to do the hair bonnet. So what you'll be needing is to first thing you need a purple doll face and lilac doll face, aligning your fabric together so it would be together and it won't stress you when you are cutting it. You have to put the fabric, the purple lilac, you are cutting it together, so you have to align your fabric so it won't stress you while cutting. After doing that, I want to get out my circumference of the cycle of the cap of the hair bonnet now. So I have to cut out the ones I needed, the material I needed from that 1 yard. So after folding into two like this, I'm going to measure 15 for the length, for the breadth. I'm going to measure 15 here. I can see the material is not enough, so I have to shift it in to get out the 15. So I'm using 15 for the length and I'm using 15 for the other side too. So as you can see, in a fold I fold it by 15, so I'm using 15 inches. I'm using inches, so I'm not using centimeter. 15 inches all throughout for the fold. I fold it into two, so I'm using 15 for the length. So after using 15, I'm going to go ahead and measure the 15 down the line, all throughout the line. After measuring my 15 out, you see that I'm chalking it out. Sorry if you cannot see my chalking because my camera is far away from. Then I'm going to measure the length 30 times 2 of the 15 because I want to get out my circumference of the cycle. So I'm going to use 30 here, 15 by 30. So this is it. I'm going to measure the 30 out now. Then I'm going to cut it out. Check out the process. Don't worry, just forget about my voice note and check out the process. So I'm going to cut it out now. After cutting it out, then I'm going to get my circumference of my cycle. This is me cutting it out first. So I want to I've aligned the fabric, cutting out of the fabric now. After cutting out the length and the breadth, that is 15 by 30 inches. Then after folding it like this, I'm going to have to fold it into 4 again. Into 4, don't get me wrong, into 4. So this is it. I've cut out the 15 by 30 inches. So after cutting it out like that, I'm going to have to fold it by 4 inches by 4. So this is it. You can see, just follow the process of the folding and everything. So you see the way I fold it out. Okay, so after folding it out like that, then I'm going to have to measure 15 inches round the cycle now. So we are getting out the cycle. This is how we are getting the cycle. So you just follow the process. 15 inches there too. I'll chalk it out. So I'm going to measure 15 inches all throughout. So as you can see, 15 inches all throughout. I'm going to measure 15 inches all throughout. So that's how I'm getting my circumference of the cap, the bonnet. After measuring all throughout 15, I'm not saying I don't want to make the biro obvious because I can't find my chalk. So after measuring your 15 inches out, then you cut out where you measure out. So it will give you the cycle effect that I want for the bonnet. Just just follow the process. Watch the video very well and follow the process. You will get your hair bonnet done. Very simple. It's very straightforward and simple. You don't have to stress, you don't have to go through. Everybody must have this bonnet too. This is 2025. Everybody must have it and you must know how to do this bonnet. It's very simple. So after cutting out that 15, I found out that that 15 will be too big for me. So I have to use 13 inches here. So I measure 13 inches all throughout. So I am removing 2 inches away from it because I found that 15 inches will be too big for me, so I have to use 13 inches. 13 inches will be okay by me because I don't like the cap to be too exaggerated. Let's say I'm using band now, I would have go for 15 inches, but I don't have a very big head like that. It does not mean if you have a big head, but I don't want the cap to be too big, so I have to reduce it to 13. So as you can see, the cycle is readily available now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it to the machine and sew it round half an inch. I'm going to sew it round half an inch. Like I'm going to sew the tip round. The tip, that's what I said, with half of an inch. Half of an inch of your tape rule. Just take it to the machine, sew it round at the tip with half of an inch. So after sewing it round with half of an inch, you leave like 2.5 inches or 2 inches, so that by the time you finish sewing it, you'll be able to turn it out to the other side. You know, when you be able to turn it out to the other side. And don't forget that when you are cutting, just make sure right side is facing right side, so by the time you sew it round, it will come out. When you are turning it out, it will come out to be the right side and the right side facing right side when you are cutting and when you are sewing it out, because by the time you turn it out to the other side, it should not give you any error, because by the time you are wearing it, you are wearing the two side. If you want to wear the purple side, fine by you. If you want to wear the lilac side, fine by you. That's the reason why you have to face right side facing right side. So after sewing it out, I have to go and iron it out so that I would get my round effects well and measure out the inches that I want for the front part that will look like the band. So I'm using 2 inches. So I'm measuring 2 inches from the tip to the upper part. So I'll measure 2 inches round the cycle. So after measuring 2 inches round the cycle, I will go, after using 2 inches round the circle, then I will have to go up by half of an inch again, because that half of an inch is the one I will pass my rubber into. So that half of an inch from that 2 inches, I'll have to go up again by half of an inch after that 2 inches. Then that half of an inch is the one you are going to use your rubber. You are passing the rubber inside it. So now after taking the measurements, you take it to the machine and sew it round. You sew it round. You see, the first sew the 2 inches. After sewing the 2 inches, then you go up to sew the half of an inch. That is how you sew it. It's not that hard. It's straightforward to the point. It's straight. So after sewing the 2 inches round the cycle, then you sew your half of an inch round the cycle again. You go up. You see that the thing is showing already. That half of an inch over there is showing. That's what I want to use as the band. So that's where I'm passing my rubber. Don't forget, after sewing it like that, you see that opening that we left when we were sewing the tip. There's one opening we left there, so that's the opening that we use to pass our rubber. So then you take your rubber, the 1 yard rubber you bought, because me, I have this rubber at home before, so I'm using 25 inches, though I'm using 20 inches, but I make it 25. So by the time I drag it out, I'll be able to tie the knots and I'll be able to get the ruffle effect. So that opening that we left the other time, that is where we are passing the rubber. So that you will leave one part of the down part, that 2 inches part, you will leave just 2 inches. So at that opening at the down part and the opening at that upper part, that is where you will leave. Then you have to pass your rubber inside. Shey you get what I'm saying? So after passing the rubber inside, you pass it round it. Make sure you secure the rubber at the other side so that it will not jump in. So after passing the rubber, then you make sure you wear it on your head, so you check the size you want to use. It does not mean just check it and drag it. Is rubber, so it will eventually size you. So you tie your knots. You see the opening we left the other time, that 2 inches that I will use to turn the fabric outside, that is where you now have to, like, that part that you left, then you have to sew it down back, so that it will secure the rubber. It won't make the rubber to be shifting about, the elastic, I mean, sorry. So you see I've sewed it now. It's now neatly sewn, very okay, very genuine. That is how you are supposed to do it. So your hair bonnet is ready. You don't have any reason not to sew this hair bonnet in 2025. Then you go ahead and use your iron and hemming gum and close up that opening. You can also run your machine on it, but me, I'm using hemming gum and iron to close it up, so that it won't, because I don't have lilac thread, so it won't be giving me one effect that is not neat. So that is the hair bonnet, beautifully made. So what are you waiting for? Make your hair bonnet this 2025. That's what you can sell. These are the things you can sell, you can make, and you can sell this 2025. Don't be lazy. You see, there's one lady on Instagram, she's selling this hair bonnet and she's making thousands of money. You can also start selling this hair bonnet, making it for yourself, making it for your children, for your neighbor. So you see, you can style it in different way. You can use the purple part, you can use the lilac part. So you see that it's very, you see, it's very beautiful. Bye guys, make sure you subscribe. Thank you.